some of these are for these two games. So hopefully people will clear out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This game isn't started. Anyway, we're gonna wait. I mean, it's perfect. It's not like this is a legitimate stream. It's solid. Who's the team player today? You know? I'll double check. I was trying to be lazy guy. tried to import it from Virginia.
BYOMMY.
Cross borders, that's the federal front. Sorry. Put my coat on. Over here, yeah.
This is the play-by-play. This is the color commentator. Yeah. Hey. What a great, this would be a great time to be. Yeah. This would be a great time to be bipolar, wouldn't it? Actually, be a great time to be.
Anyone know the name of this team? He might not let you say. There have been chairs here, and he told me to move them all, so just ahead.
And Coleman, you are live.
Hey, just something for you to think about during this game. I'd give my right arm to be ambidextrous.
Yeah.
They one of ours. They were the last two people in the gym that weren't part of our church.
You're live, Alex.
How's the other team look?
You could just say that.
Some of the average teams have been this year.
Okay.
Maybe. I think it'll be a decent game for us.
Good.
Probably should win, I would say.
Caleb. Caleb.
Hey,
Caleb.
Courtney, let me know and I'll wait here for you, okay? Just let me know when.
We only got one name for each, and I had to write them down about as fast as.
All right, well, let's give him a nickname then. That you, Willis?
What you doing, Willis?
That is what you look like. Shapely, shippy. There you go. Gag me with that thing. Swiss family.
Cormageddon.
All right, yeah, this will be interesting.
Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
All right, Conquer fans, we welcome you back to the girls varsity first round contest here between Our Lady Conquers and the Cornerstone Christian.
And just like last time, don't forget, he's Chris, I'm Pastor Forbes.
It's a hard task to remember.
That's why I'm with you.
We got Taylor Bowden doing the opening jump here. And the first possession to Cornerstone. Now, Cornerstone didn't have a home book, an away book, so all the...
So you think all their games were at home this year? Would that make them homeschoolers? A homeschool basketball team?
I have no idea. All I know is that was a wild layup attempt, as we'll probably have many of those throughout this game.
Okay, Lady Conqueror fans, let's ask you this one, and you can just reply on social media if you want. What's the over-under on number of jump balls in this game? We had one, of course, to open the game, and we'll have to count from here on out.
I'm setting the over-under line at about 35 as Noel Johnson hits a three to open up the scoring here.
All right, if you take the over-under to be 35, I'll take the over-under to be 34 and a half.
All right, I think you might win. Cornerstone came out in a 2-on-2 zone there as they move it around. Rebound through Taylor's legs as number 4.
Oh, good steal there by Isabella.
Away. Cornerstone in a 2-on-2 zone. Conquers will go to an offense they call Rover offense. As Bella drives baseline and finds Sophia, that's off the mark. Rebound to number 5. What you doing, Willis? Willis is her name.
Probably from this point out, you're going to have to forgive my friend here.
We're all just trying to entertain ourselves at this point. As the ball enters the middle there, and that shot's off as Sophia Zaru grabs the rebound. Bella with a nice pass to Taylor. Conquers will reset here to Noel at the top of the key as that three's off the mark. But the long rebound back to the Conquers. We are here at the First Church, not the main building this time. The first ever game here for the Conquers. as we had a stoppage of play for noise making.
The crowd from Calvary Temple was roundly rebuked. Just no artificial noise. Stoppage for the referee to tell us no artificial noise.
I have a feeling we're going to have a hard time getting through this game.
Good ball movement by Calvary. Very, very compact zone.
Indeed. A standing room only crowd here at the First Church as Noel Johnson puts up a three that's off.
And a jump ball. That's jump ball number 2, folks. For those of you keeping score at home, that's 2 jump balls.
Five minutes to go here in the opening quarter with the Conkers out to a rousing 3-0 lead as the shot is up and good. That's a 2-pointer by Bella Johnson to give the Conkers a 5-0 lead here in the early going. A much quieter atmosphere as opposed to the main building here.
One thing about Cornerstone Christian, they like to go inside. And when the lanes are sealed off from them, they haven't been able to do anything yet. They don't appear to be, well, actually, they appear to be very not good outside shooters.
Nice pass by Noel to Sophia, who banks it up.
What a great fast break by Calvary Temple.
A nice 2-on-1 there. Noel made the right read, drew the defender, and found Sophia for the layup.
What Chris said was absolutely true. Very, very good lady-to-lady defense for the Lady Conquerors. Number five likes to drive. Good defense by Noel Johnson.
Nice pass by Noel to penetrate the middle, and it ends in a Taylor baseline jumper as the Conquerors take a 7-0 lead midway through the first quarter here.
You know, Chris, that is Taylor's shot. She can live off the baseline shot.
Conquerors go to a zone there to switch things up, and they force a steal. Cornerstone Christian, the coach is imploring them, switching it up, going to a man-to-man here. So the Conquerors will have to adjust as Noel attacks, flips it up and misses, but Kristen on the follow. And we have our first time out of the game to Cornerstone Christian coach.
While we're waiting for the team to come back from the timeout, Chris, this would be a good time to ask, do you think the coach is rethinking that last decision to go to man-man?
He might be. I would say he's going to be switching it up throughout the game. I don't really necessarily know if he knows what he wants to run yet, but when he figures it out, things won't change.
I think that's a very good point, Chris. All right, it's a blue ball at the end line.
To be honest, no matter what defense he runs, I don't know if it will matter here.
Calvary's doing very well as Covenant, as the other team is late to throw the ball in. Okay. We're told it's Cornerstone Christian.
They work the ball around here.
That's very, very good man-to-man defense by Calvary.
Except I think they're in a zone here.
For us right now, this zone defense is the best man-to-man we've got. Chris, kind of looked like a matchup zone, didn't it? Kind of part zone, part man-to-man.
They were getting to the ball well for sure.
Good patience.
Oh, we got a little nickel dimer there.
Foul on number 30 for Cornerstone. Isabella.
You might have heard that yelling as we got another foul underneath here on the
Second
same
foul
girl.
by number 30.
That is Zastro. Yes, folks, that is their name, Zastro.
And that last foul was a disaster.
She'll be taken out of the game here. Noel thought about it hard, lining up into Sophia. The return pass to Bella. Oh, a nice give and go move there. Sophia's off though.
It was a good decision, just the shot didn't go in.
Oh, drive hard and a foul.
Late call by the referee, but the correct call.
That foul was on Noelle Johnson. That's her first.
Great foul.
Cornerstone still not on the board yet here.
Cornerstone is now on the board here.
Oh, nice crossover by Noelle Johnson. Finds Bella. Kicks back. Little sister-to-sister action there.
Good ball movement. Very active defense by Cornerstone right now. Good ball movement by Calvary.
Kristen fires it up and puts it in. Long term here over the course of this tournament, if Kristen can hit that shot, what do you think, Calvary, how far do you think they'll be able to go?
I think you'll see us playing Saturday afternoon.
At 6 o'clock?
At 6 o'clock, if she keeps hitting that shot. Another steal.
Calvary pulls it out there.
Cornerstone is back in
Man-to-man
man-to-man.
defense. Calvary running a little time here at the end of the first quarter as we're under a minute to go. Bella drives hard, kicks Sophia from the top. That's short, but Bella is there for the follow right at the end of the first
quarter. Good point you just made, Chris. So at the end of the first quarter, the score will be told us in just a moment.
A lot to little would be my guess.
15-1, and if you're keeping score at home, you'll also know that that is in favor of Calvary Temple.
I never would have guessed that based on the way the teams were playing.
Now, we're very proud of the girls. They had a very, very good first quarter, and they're working together very well as a team.
This might be a game. Oh, as right on cue, we get a senior inserted into the game. Grace Gardner getting to see action in her very last tournament here.
Okay. The ball goes to Cornerstone. Chris, after the initial jump ball, there was only one in the first quarter. Let us check with our statistician to see if that's ever been done before.
That's a girls' game miracle.
Another 2 points by Cornerstone. Looks like they're setting up in a press.
That is broken easily.
Again, Cornerstone back in man-to-man.
Noel with a beautiful drive. The floater's off. Sophia the follow. That's off. But the ball will stay here with Calvary. Leading 15-3 here early in the second quarter. Taylor from the corner is off. And that's number 7, Coramillo, with a rebound. Calvary dropping back to a 2-1-2 zone here. As number 5, Willis, is off from the corner. I would say this crowd is very lively, isn't it?
Bad pass there by Isabella Johnson. Calvary needs to be patient, go back to their offense.
Taylor from the corner, that shot is up and good.
That's the money shot for Taylor Bowden right there.
If Taylor and Kristen can hit outside shots, it really takes the pressure off the Johnson girls in their creating.
And it'll give hold on, folks. I'm sorry, I'm watching the game, people. No, you'll find that Isabella and Noel, their legs will be much fresher come Saturday with the added help.
And Noel's called for a travel there on the perimeter. As we have substitutions for Cornerstone, number 34, Rabis, and number 30, Zastro. Excuse me. I don't think you can enter the
Chris.
phone on the air, can you?
Sorry, Chris, had to step away for just a moment. I got a call from Ogden, Utah, asking for Maria, and that's not me, so I'm back.
Oh, how's he doing? Did he say?
Maria typically is a woman.
Oh.
But I don't know. Nice drive.
Noel Johnson flipped it up.
Nice drive.
Pastor Rob, listening back home, was wondering how they got a Kenyan on the air earlier. Care to explain?
Well, actually, I had to pay to get this gig. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Good defense by Calvary.
Number 32,
Good
Robinson,
defense.
forces up a wild attempt. We got Isabella wide open here for 3, and that's off the mark. And the rebound is Zastro. Folks, this is as quiet of a gym as I've ever heard at a Calvary Conquer game. Zastro drives, stops, puts it up, off the mark.
Great rebound.
And a great rebound in traffic there by Sophia Zaru. Isabella drives, forces one in there. Grace is able to come away with it. Isabella drives, fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2.
That's a good drive, Chris. You can see there was an opening in the lane, and though it closed, she already had the momentum and shot going up. We need to convert these 2 now.
First one is off the mark. So what happens now that it's on our own team? What do you say about great foul or good foul?
Well, if we make this one, doesn't make any difference.
There you go.
Thank you. Is that makeup speed at the end? She got it.
As Zastro with a disastrous pass there, throwing it away.
We have a substitute for Cornerstone.
3 of them, in fact.
That's a wholesale. Wholesale substitutions there, Chris.
There you go. We have number 17, Shippy, number 1, Gagne, and number 4, Janania.
Were you aware that when there are substitutions, if it's more than 2, it's wholesale?
I was.
Again, very good patience.
They're really backing off Isabella Johnson here. I'm not sure if that's a good strategy for them.
Oh, nice fake. With a great
As
dish.
Grace. And we have a foul underneath on Sophia Zaru.
That was a good offensive possession that time, Chris. Good ball fakes, good passes. Didn't convert at the end, but that was good coaching just to have the girls working like that.
That shot quality every time down the floor will net you a lot of wins.
And good results.
Sophia with that foul underneath, looking a little bit like her father there with the boxing background. What do you think about that?
We'll let the viewers call in to answer that question.
She now is substituted out of the game. Coaches may be sensing getting too physical underneath there. As Kristen is back in the game and Abby Ashley inserted and immediately throws haymakers.
Wow.
As we have a turnover out front here by as Janania brings the ball in. And we are getting a live action shot of Abby throwing an elbow to the sternum. What's the saying you like to say about Abby Ashley when she comes in?
I always remind Abby before the game, controlled or sanctified chaos is what we need from her. Sanctified chaos.
There certainly is a lot of that when she comes in as Noelle flips it up, gets her own rebound and misses again. And I think we have another jump ball here.
That's 2, Chris. For those of you scoring at home, that's a pair.
Oh, we have wholesale changes once again as 3 people come into the game.
Chris, are you aware that if it was 5, it would be called a warehouse change?
Now you're sounding like Costco or something. As Kristen Cornwell drives, dishes to Grace. That's off. And we have our first foul on Abby. She comes as number 32. Robinson is off the mark and the rebound to Abby Ashley. Oh, but then we have a turnover as Willis puts it in. As Cornerstone goes to a press here. Trying to double the ball, but Noelle easily breaks it. Ball ends up in Kristen's hands as she
nothing
hits
but net.
the outside jumper. Nice shot there from Kristen Cornwell.
Good decisions on that fast break. Once they broke that press, good decisions. Again, the gym gets very quiet.
As that shot was way off the mark. And we have another random timeout, this one for a shoe tie. So we've had a shoe tie timeout and a artificial noise timeout. As a little man-to-man pressure here as Noelle
Chris, we're going to have
breaks
to
it.
check with our statistician. How many different kinds of timeouts are there?
That's a good question.
We've had our artificial noise. We've had a loose shoelace. We'll get back to you on that one, folks.
I could think of maybe a building or floor malfunction. The rim came down.
Good decision by Kristen Cornwell.
As Noelle fires up a wild attempt at the buzzer, that's off.
There we are, into the first half, folks.
At the end of the first half, it's the Lady Conkers 22, Cornerstone Christian 5.
Chris, what do you think has been the key to Calvary's dominance so far?
They've been very patient on offense, and on defense, they've really gotten in the skin of Cornerstone, really attacking them, putting pressure on them, forcing them into bad decisions.
I like the fact that after the first couple minutes, Calvary really closed down into the lane, and there were not driving lanes any longer for Cornerstone to try to go through, and all they could do is rely on their outside shot, and 2 baskets were off of missed shots.
That's right.
Off of offensive rebounds.
That's right. If the Conkers block out, there shouldn't be many more points coming for Cornerstone Christian. The Conkers really moved the ball well on offense in that first half. You had very balanced scoring across all 5 starters as well as the 2 substitutes that came in.
It was clearly a very team game, Chris. Well, Chris, why don't we take a break? Okay.
That sounds good.
It's still for halftime. We'll join you again for the second half. Thank you.
Where'd you guys go eat?
We didn't. We just had snacks. We'll probably eat after this game. Yeah.
We went over to the joint. That place is pretty good.
I think we might go there.
It's good.
Oh. Wait a second. Was Juliana there?
Yep.
Okay. She did her millennial.
Yes. It's a for ice cream and everything this year. Lay out here with the Worcester once they come out.
I don't see it.
I mean, it's technically.
They said I didn't get ice cream. Of course. The joint. It's that one right by. Oh, to this side. You're at Airbnb. Or you're at Airbnb. It's right in the square, in the circle. It's like very like walking distance. Yes, exactly. Walking distance from the hotel. Yeah, burgers, fries, and very cheap, like very good. I didn't have the ice cream, but everyone said the ice cream was really good too.
We eat at home and told the boys we take them to Chipotle.
Oh wow!
They love Chipotle. Absolutely devoted.
Really?
I don't like Mexican food.
Oh, guys, like do you not like? That's what I was gonna
Not
ask.
enough
Do you
sugar
not
in
like
it.
Mexican?
Oh yeah, just.
And did you guys, when you got your yesterday to go grocery shopping, you did stuff for? Nice. That's smart. Just put it in the fridge, put it in the microwave, oven. That's smart. Especially with the young boys. Are they big eaters too?
Well, we're back on the air as it looks like the teams are getting ready to start the second half here with the Conkers in a commanding lead.
Blue, Cornerstone brings the ball in first. Calvary sets their defense. And here we go for the second half.
Conkers in a 2-1-2 zone here. Let's see if Cornerstone made any adjustments to try to attack this zone. Little weave action here to start out. Into a high ball screen. And wow. As Cormalia with a hard foul. Pushing Taylor square in the back.
Bad pass by Noel Johnson. But Lady Conkers recover into their defense.
Number 32, Robinson. I think I just had a deja vu. I think I just had a deja vu. 32 firing up an air ball, and number 7 hammering Taylor in the back underneath.
Chris, this is becoming a habit. Isabella Johnson at the point right now. A set play for Noel. Good ball movement.
Conker's very patient here, moving the ball around, and they get a wide open Isabella layup that's off the mark. And oh, we could have had a jump ball, and now we have a foul by Taylor Bowden.
That was not a good offensive series, Chris, but we'll recover.
Ref explaining something here to the scorer's table.
We're not sure what this is, Chris, but this is the third different kind of timeout we've seen this game. This classically would be called the unnamed timeout.
And
Jump ball.
there's our jump ball. We're climbing the over-under here.
And it's white ball. Chris, that's 3 jump balls, 1 per quarter.
Actually a great rate for a girls basketball game. As Calvary's able to break the press. Setting up a set play here for Noel off the baseline screen. Looked like the ball was kicked, but it's turned over to Cornerstone here. As Willis is off the mark, and the rebound to Noel Johnson. Pushing hard in transition, stops, pops, miss. Rebound to Willis.
Oh, great team defense. So, Chris, I have a question. Who picked up that charge? Was it Sophia or was it Isabella?
And
if it was both of them, was it 2 fouls or just 1? Good team defense by Calvary.
Looking like bowling pins out there. As Taylor fires up from the corner and hits. Taylor really hitting that corner shot today.
Good man-to-man defense by Calvary. Really slowed down the game.
As
Cornerstone worked for a shot.
Forced up an air ball. Folks, I have never seen anything like this, how quiet this gym is. It is an eerie feeling.
And here we are in Mount Vernon.
Noel off the mark, gets it back.
Good
and
rebound
hits.
from Isabel. Pops it out to her sister, who puts it in for 2.
What do you call when the Johnsons pass to each other? Do you have any special kind of nickname? The sister to sister
I think we should
love?
call them Powder. Johnson to Johnson.
I like it. I like it. Is it a family company?
We'll let the viewers call in and give opinion on that one.
And out of bounds, as Grace Gardner will re-enter the game. So
Substituting for Sophia.
Cornerstone made 2 substitutions there. What do you call that?
I call that a pair.
All right. Cornerstone drop back to a 2-1-2 zone here. They get the ball into the middle to Isabella. Really attacking that seam in the zone as Kristen
nice
Cornwell
shot by
hits the
Kristen.
jumper.
Again, very good ball movement. Good decisions made by Calvary.
As Kristen Cornwell knocks it out right here in front of us. A little confusion on the out of bounds as Cormalia forces up a air ball. Kristen ahead of the pack lays it in. Nice pass
assist
from
by
Noel
Johnson.
Johnson. Noel really knows how to keep her head up and look for people ahead of her on the fast break, as that shot was blocked. Pass inside to Willis, and Cormalia puts it in. Cornerstone gets their first points of the second half here.
Good ball movement again by Calvary Temple.
3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Calvary with a 30-7 lead. As Noel Johnson from the wing for 3 is off the mark, but the ball will stay with the Conkers.
Good block out that time by Taylor Bowden. Didn't you think so, Chris?
Kristen gets away with a travel there. The ball finds Isabella's
nice
hands
shot.
and a nice jumper there.
Nice arc on that ball.
Robinson shoots one. Tipped and taken by Kristen. Noel finds Bella in the middle, and she has her shot blocked. Cormalia puts one in. She has all 4 of their points here in the second half.
Overall, it's very good defense by Calvary. To allow just that many points it's very good. Very good showing by the Lady Conquerors. I think
And
that
Cormalia shows up again with a steal.
technically I would call that a telegraphed pass, Chris.
We got 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Conkers with a commanding lead. Robinson puts one up. That's off the mark. And Willis with a
Nice
reverse
rebound
layup.
and pass by shot by Willis.
Ball being worked around here by the Conkers. Likely holding for one shot here at the end of the quarter.
Good crisp passes, Chris.
As Bella puts one up. That's off.
But those be like your passes, Chris. Crisp passes, Chris. Well, that's it for the third quarter, Chris.
Conkers ahead 32-11. In this fourth quarter, look for the Conkers to get some of the players on the bench in. The girls likely bring out the starters, hoping to get rest as the Conkers will head into a second round matchup tomorrow.
Well, Chris, I forgot we were still on the air. How are you today?
So, as a coach of either, if you were the coach of either team, what would you be telling your girls in these timeouts? The game is kind of out of hand at this point. What are you looking for in the fourth quarter here?
Well, the game is about character, Chris. And this is, you continue who you are in a situation like this. And if you're Cornerstone, you have to work hard. And if you're Calvary, you have to continue to play to win. Don't play casually. Keep the intensity, and as always, protect the ball.
As number one, Gagne threw up a shot there. Crystal Marshall seeing her first action of the tournament. She's in the game, along with Grace Gardner, Taylor Bowden, Abby Ashley, and Noelle Johnson.
Again, good ball movement. This is good for our younger girls. Just good experience.
Noelle throws up a three, that's off. And
Cornerstone
Janina
gets
with
the
the
rebound.
Gagne forces it up again. That's off the mark. And we have another jump ball. And Abby wrestling
Chris,
Rabiz to the ground.
Chris, I'd have to say that was truly an Ashley jump ball. She tied up the ball and still showed the girl who was in charge.
Always be the one to force the other girl to the ground first, not be thrown to the ground first.
Folks, there you have the Ashley.
Noelle
Ashley
Johnson
wisdom, sorry,
puts
Chris.
it in.
Noelle for two.
Well, it matches the game. As Janina off the mark.
Bad pass by number 4.
Conkers have Abby at the top of the zone offense there as Noelle penetrates.
Good ball movement.
Crystal filling the wing there. She gets it at the top of the key.
Good crisp passes. Good reset by Calvary that time, Chris.
Indeed, indeed. Conkers running a little time off the clock here. As Taylor is able to save the ball, but it goes
To
right
Cornerstone.
to Janina. Cornerstone working the ball around here against the zone as Willis puts it up off the mark. Little spinneroo by Noel, blazing up the floor. And the Conkers are able to reset as Taylor puts it up from corner and
another
in.
one.
As number 7, Cormelia puts in the 3. Wow, nice shot from Cormelia there.
A little difficulty getting the ball in this time as
Noel finds Grace. And she's Crystal stripped by Cormelia, who goes down took about 7 steps, somehow got away with it. And it ends up Conker ball. I think the refs just letting calls go at this point, trying to end the game.
I would respond to that one, Chris, but the referee is standing right next to us.
You gotta be bold, sir. Gotta be bold.
Okay. I think for the most part they've put the whistle away, Chris. Let that whistle live to ref another game.
Don't want to use all the noise it has in its arsenal on a game like this.
Right. Well, folks, you're probably wondering why we're not saying anything. Nobody in this gym is saying anything. This is a very quiet atmosphere where you could see a pin drop.
There is, in other words, there is nothing going on right now in this game.
No, it's like the entire crowd took a timeout for a moment there, Chris.
Or for the whole game.
We'll let the viewers call in and respond to that one, Chris. Crystal Marshall inbounding the ball. In for the first time today is Regina Carson.
As Taylor Bones off the mark and the rebound to Gagne. Very nice for Regina to get in the game here with her parents making the trek up here to the Ohio.
That's a good point, Chris. Technically, I think all of our fans made the trek up here to Ohio, which is good.
As Crystal Marshall
Yes.
gets on the
Nothing but net.
score sheet. A nice shot from Crystal on the wing there. That might be one she remembers the rest of her life, her first tournament points. As Zastra was off the mark. Oh, and an ankle breaker by Noel Johnson.
Good rebound by Regina Carson.
Regina gets in the stat sheet here early in her career in a tournament game as Colette
Timeout.
Johnson calls the timeout with 2 minutes and 30 seconds here left in the game. (38-14) Calvary leading with 2:30 to go in the fourth quarter.
Let's add 7 seconds to that clock, Chris. It's now 2:37 left in the fourth quarter.
We hope you're still with us and your ears have not busted after really a non-competitive game here from the start.
But even though it's not been competitive, Chris, you have to say that Calvary's girls have really worked well. They would have beaten most of the teams here this weekend with this particular game. This is a good game to build off of. They really showed no jitters even from the beginning. They played a tremendous game.
As Leah Argueta will see her first action of the tournament getting in the game here. On the floor for the Conkers, Isabella Johnson, Regina Carson, Leah Argueta, Crystal Marshall, and Abby Ashley. A possible look into the future here as all 5 on the court right now will be returning next season. As Cormalia puts it up off the steal. Wow, Abby attacking her, and she's eventually called for a foul there. Severe aggression shown on that foul. As Willis misses the first free throw.
Rebound. And then thrown away by Abby Ashley.
After a bunch of mayhem there, we got Zastro putting it up and flipping it up and in.
We know we're playing some young players, Chris, and I'm sure the coaches are watching carefully, but also you don't want them to get sloppy in a game like this and throw away passes like that.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. As Willis, a little show and go, and the jumper is good.
Calvary has the game in hand, but there has to be a little concern of how these girls right now are showing a lack of cohesiveness, but they are very, very young, Chris.
As we can see, Colette Johnson with 4 starters at the table to check back in. Clearly not happy, as Crystal Marshall with a nice block, but stepped out of bounds. As Cornerstone Christian coach wants a timeout here. Conkers here with a 38-18 lead with 52 seconds remaining in the game. 20-point advantage coming down the home stretch here.
Chris, I know that the camera hasn't shown it, but you see all the Calvary Temple boys basketball team players wearing bandanas just to support the girls team. It's a good bit of teamwork, showing appreciation and support for our other team.
Indeed, the cohesion across both teams has been great this year. Both supporting one another in a big way, as number 5, Willis, is off the mark. Crystal Marshall, the rebound. Isabella Johnson in transition, pushing hard. Ball works around to Regina Carson.
Oh, and the ball is blocked by number 32, Robinson. As
we have a steal here by Kamalia On Crystal. Robinson forces it up. That's off the mark. Regina in the stat book with a rebound. Crystal pushing in transition. Leah Argueta throws one up, and that's off, and that will end the game. Mercifully ending here as the Lady Conquers with a statement win in the opening round.
38-18. Again, Chris, is the final score. Well, viewers, we're glad that you joined with us. And until tomorrow when we join again, he's Chris and I'm not.
Signing off.
What's that? A lot, but nothing real good. Hold on. Why don't we get Hope Heglin in? She'll be Hope Heglin for not much longer.
If she can ever let go of the hand of her fiance.
Hope, what did you think about this game?
It was a snoozer.
That about sums it up perfectly.
Well, not much more we can add. Oh, I'm sorry. I took the microphone.
But the girls did really good.
Really well for those of you who are English majors. Oh, I'm sorry.